Yong Tong entered into a tenancy agreement with Siew. He paid a sum of $8,000 as a consideration for a permanent tenancy and agreed to pay a monthly rent of $200. 8 years after the tenancy agreement was made, Siew forces Yong to vacate the premises. Yong was outraged and applied for specific performance in the court. The court is in favor of Yong. Siew then appealed, but it was held that the appeal was dismissed.
In the lower court, the court concluded that there was no agreement entered due to forgery and also held that the duration of tenancy was void for uncertainty. However, in the federal court, the court held that forgery was invalid due to material errors, and the court also held that landlord should not increase the rent as he liked and not to eject the tenant by force.
The tenancy agreement was valid as it was not vague or uncertain. The intention of the landlord was clear. However, it should be noted that the maximum length of lease is for not more than 30 years and not permanent.
Is respondent entitled to specific performance of that agreement? In first case, court held that a tenant has a right to retain possession as long as the landlord interest exists if he pays his rent and can be enforced in equity. In the second case, the landlord was to grant as long as he could, means as long as the landlord lived. These cases also refer to inwards and Baker, where Lord Denning state even though there's no binding contract, but equity can arise out of expenditure of money, and it was agreed by Denwood and LJ. In another case, the court held that possession of land for lifetime is regarded as wrongly decided. As for application, the respondent occupied the ground floor since February 1958 and paid rent therefore. He paid $8,000 as to $500 in cash and the balance by 3 checks dated respectively 4th, 10th, and 12th of February 1958. The court held that equitable estoppel arose to protect respondent occupation of the ground floor from February 1958 for 30 years in consideration for the amount that he had paid.
As a conclusion, the effect of ascertain duration in tenancy before NLC 1965 refers to clarifying and considered as void agreement. After National Land Code, as per in the case, the tenancy shall be permanent and considered as good lease agreement.